Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 3. This week, we will be talking about maintaining health and wellness. Keep in mind that these are two very important topics that not only relate to you as a student, but as a person as well, especially right now with the pandemic. We want to make sure that you are in the best health that you can be. So let's get started. Okay, so understanding wellness. So wellness is taking care of your mind, body, and spirit. So just keep in mind that it is not only about your body, it's also spiritual and emotional wellness as well. Okay, reducing stress, keeping fit, fostering spirituality, deepening self-knowledge, and approaching alcohol safely. So these are main points on how to understand what wellness is and how to practice wellness correctly. So managing your stress, signs of stress, so very rapid or shallow breathing, increased heart rate, tight muscles and shaking hands, dry mouth, colds, migraines, fatigue. These are all signs of stress. Of course, there are others, but keep in mind that some of the causes of these stress is life events and daily hassles, which can be minor. This is very important to keep track of because you want to see if there is a routine or a pattern that you see that stresses you out, right? Okay, so you control the aspects of your life. So modifying your lifestyle helps with stress management, and you want to make sure that you're keeping track of what's going on with your body and also your mind, your emotions. You want to be as healthy as you can be. Okay, moving on to the next slide. So the importance of good nutrition. Good nutrition is connected to well-being, and it is important, right, what we put into our bodies and how it's going to be produced. If we eat very heavily, that makes us fatigue and just very lazy. I get sleepy sometimes, so it's a matter of seeing what you're eating and if it's healthy, right? So avoid certain foods at certain times. It is suggested that you eat fruits and vegetables, drink lots of water, read the nutrition labels, this is very important because sometimes we don't know how to read these labels based off the servings, right? So just keep that in mind and limit caffeine intake. Caffeine can be very addicting, and it can be a form of a routine, like I'm going to go get a coffee to wake me up and get my day started. So keep an eye out for that as well. Obsession with food intake. There are eating disorders, and sometimes not just students, but people in general don't realize that there's a disorder, right? So just keep that in mind as well. So exercise and sleep. So exercise, excellent stress management technique. It releases beta, and it's just a way of keeping your body more in tune, right? So you don't have to be fit per se, but you do want to be in that routine and a good habit of practicing your exercise. I've been doing that as well, just even at home, given the pandemic. So your sleep routine, it is recommended that you sleep minimum 7 hours per night. Even just falling behind on those 7 hours can make damage, right? It can hinder your your day, your week. Okay, so it's good sleeping habits. So avoid long day naps. So it's saying you can take a nap, just make sure it's not very long, right? You want to energize yourself. Read or listen to music before going to bed. Exercise during the day. Get materials for the next day together before bed, right? Sometimes we feel very skeptical and thinking, what did I forget? Or I need to do this in the morning. You want to be prepared. Sleep in the same place and set a regular schedule. And setting a regular schedule can be challenging, but you already know in terms of setting a schedule how that can go, right? So you need to do certain things before going to bed. Managing your emotional health. This can be depression, and keep in mind it's not a weakness, but an illness that requires medical attention. Feelings are often temporary, but can be substantial. Please make sure to reach out for help. And one of our contacts, it's personal counseling, and I have added to this week's resources, as well as other like peer support groups as well. Suicide, so age 15 to 24 are more likely to attempt suicide. Usually a warning of intentions. Should consult a medical or mental health professional. Once again, we do have personal counseling available to all students, and I added the information as well. And you can always contact me, right? If you don't feel comfortable, I can be the mediator in between getting you from this course to speaking to someone in personal counseling. Cyberbullying, messages intended to harm via electronic media, affects 10 to 28.7% of college students. Right now we're living in this pandemic, so social media is very relevant and it's used on a daily basis. You want to make sure, specifically right now with politics, you want to practice being safe online, right? Not encounter certain situations that may put you in a bad mood or hinder your day. Managing your relationships. So friendships and go in and beyond college. So students have the greatest impact on other students. And choosing your relationships carefully. So for example, with myself, I created friendships with students that I can relate to, right? So not just in class, but outside of class as well, because those are the students that I had more things in common with. Digital communication, it helps form new relationships and maintain old ones. Be careful about the online posts, right? So match the tone of the message to medium. Presume all posts are public and permanent. Create drafts and protect your identity. Keep in mind, whatever goes online stays online. Family connections. So marriage, committed relationships, parenting during college, these are all challenges given that we have outside responsibilities, right? So it is called intersectionality. So we're more than just a student. We're a son or daughter, even sometimes a parent. We're siblings, we're employees, etc. So we have different responsibilities. So make time for your partner and your family as carefully as you would schedule work and classes. Okay, and you want to practice self-care as well. Relationship with family members must balance at home and college. Explain situations to instructor and ask for familial support. Keep in mind you do want to create that support system. Okay, going on to the next slide. So getting involved, there are campus organizations, and right now, even right now with the pandemic, the organizations are still going, still happening, and we do have a list even going through the Pasadena website, which I can include the link as well, on what organizations are at Pasadena and how you can be involved, right? Community involvement, and it's also about being involved and sharing similar interest with other students, or just even not just other students, but other community members as well. Working on campus and develop relationships with instructors. On-campus jobs can be very beneficial given that you're working on campus, well, quote unquote, once again, given the situation we are right now. Okay, tech tip, keep track. So use technology to make healthy choices, filter out misinformation, download fitness apps, which is what I've been doing. Use internet to stream workout videos, and set fitness alerts on your calendar. These are very helpful tips because you want to create a routine, right? And many of us are constantly on our phones, even myself, and these apps do send reminders and do keep track of your progress. So make sure to use technology for better use. Okay. And that is it. Keep in mind there is a discussion board this week as well. And I will repeat it again. Please post an original posting to the discussion board, as well as replying to 2 peers. And please let me know if you have any questions. I am here to help. Thank you.